Greetings of the day. In today's video lecture for BCom 4th semester for unit number 2, that is for final accounts of general insurance company. In the earlier videos for second unit we have seen what is insurance, what is general insurance. After that we have seen what are the various types of general insurance. Later on in the next video we have seen what is an revenue account. In this particular video we will see the next question, that is how or what are the heads which are been included in P&L account, appropriation and balance sheet in the second part. So in this video we are going to see how the P&L account or we can say final accounts or appropriation has been prepared for general insurance company. As we have said earlier, the format is quite similar for the final account as we were doing in the earlier part of our academic life. So similar account is to be followed, that is P&L account first of all, then appropriation and later on balance sheet. So starting with P&L account, so we have to start with the head, that is profit and loss account for the year ended on whatever the date is given on the 31st March for say 2020, 21, 13, whatever the date would be given would be taken there. And again simple, we have to make two parts, first one for debit and second one for credit. So these would be the two parts which we would make for the purpose of preparation of final account of general insurance company. So in debit part we will start with the to revenue loss brought down. Whatever the loss or profit would occur into the revenue account would be fetched to P&L account. If suppose there is loss, then it would be transferred on the debit side. If there is loss at that point only, if there is profit, it would be transferred to credit side. So whatever the business the company is engaged in, that all things if are in the loss, then it would be included on the debit side, followed by expenses of management, provision for income tax, depreciation on its fixed assets, to loss on sale of any other asset or investment what the company has been holding, to other expenses like printing, stationery, then rent, rates, taxes, audit fees or any other expenses which are been mentioned into the question or into the problem. All that kind of things are to be included onto the debit side of P&L account. So what would be the first thing would be revenue loss, then expenses of management, then provision for income tax, then loss on sale of investment, depreciation or any other expenses which have been mentioned in the question are to be taken into what we can say debit side of P&L account. When we speak of credit side, it should include the all income part. That is why the first head is the revenue profit. We have to take revenue profit from the revenue account. If suppose company is dealing in all three businesses, that is fire, marine and accident, all the three revenue profit are to be taken into the external column. If suppose that if there is a loss in this revenue column, it would be taken onto the debit side. All the 2, 3 whatever the item would be taken into the amount, followed by if there is any profit on sale of investment by the company, again it would form a part of income, so it to be included into the credit side of P&L account. Then share transfer fees which the company has received, it is also an income for general insurance company. Then interest received or dividend received or any other kind of income which has been received by the company to be taken here as a part of their income. With regard to interest, we have to remember one thing, many a times interest has been given as gross amount and then tax is also given. At that point of time both the amount would be taken into the inner column and later on transferred to the outer column. This would be the treatment for the interest. Similarly, if there is any other income which has arisen to the company, is to be taken onto the credit side of the P&L account of that company. Once these all entries are being passed on by us, later on if the total of debit is more than the total of credit, then we are able to derive our profit, that is net profit, which is to be carried down to the appropriation account of the company. Here we can derive net profit. If suppose that total of debit is more than total of credit, in that situation we have to calculate, or we would get by net loss. If so, if the total of debit is more, then there would be net loss definitely. So this is quite familiar to us, and we have solved or prepared this account a lot of times. So there is not much kind of thing which we should take into consideration. Only one thing is taken into consideration, which is new for us, or which is been thing which is added into the insurance final account, would be the revenue loss or revenue profit for the respective businesses which the company is been following or which the company is been doing. Once we have prepared the P&L account, now we are able to move to the appropriation account. So what the things which we have to take into the appropriation account? First thing we would take into the credit side of the business would be from trial balance of previous year profit. It would be provided into the question, the balance brought down for what? For previous year profit. Where it should be? It should be in the trial balance. It would be fetched and taken into the credit side of appropriation account. After that, we would take net profit of current year. From where we can take this net profit of current year? From P&L account. Here recently we have prepared our profit. This profit would be transferred to appropriation and taken into the credit side for which year? For current year. This is what we have to take into the credit side of P&L appropriation account. Normally these two items would be seen into the credit side of appropriation account. Once we are done with the credit side, now we can move to the debit side. This would be credit and this would be debit. I would write credit here so that there would not be confusion. Now onto the debit side, what things we have to take? First thing would be dividend paid or proposed. What the adjustment has been given into the question would be taken here. Dividend paid or dividend proposed. First thing. After that, general reserve transfer. Again the adjustment would be provided for it. Then for dividend equalization reserve or bonus reserve, whatever the items or in the adjustment has been provided would be taken for the appropriation for the purpose of creation of reserves or payment of any kind of thing. If suppose the question says that the company has paid the interim dividend, then it will be included into the debit side of appropriation account, and this item would publish onto the debit side of appropriation account. But as we have done into the banking account, we have said same thing for the insurance company, general insurance company, that they also have to create an insurance fund, or we have named it as unrealized profit reserve. That we have taken into the revenue account would not be taken into the appropriation account. उसको appropriation में नहीं लेना है, वो दो ही जगह जाएगा. First thing would be revenue account. For marine it would be 100%, for other it would be 50%, and directly from here it would go to the balance sheet liabilities side. It has no role into the appropriation or profit and loss account. It would not be entered into either of the part. The things which are created from the profit would be taken here. Nothing more than that can be taken. As the reserve was not insurance fund were not the part of the profit, hence they would not be taken into either of the account. Remember one thing, insurance fund would not be the part of your appropriation account. Once we are done with this, we can calculate if the total of debit credit side is more. Then after deducting all the heads from debit side, we would get our surplus, which would be carried down to balance sheet. Remember, this is the simple straight format. Only one thing we have to remember, that two things we have to remember, that we have to take revenue, profit or loss, whatever whatever occurred into revenue account, if profit normally, then we would take into the credit side. Second thing, the unexpired reserve or insurance fund would not be the part of appropriation account. It would be part of only two accounts or two statements, that is revenue account and balance sheet. This is for the both accounts, that is P&L and appropriation. Now we will move to the balance sheet. Now we will move to the balance sheet. So first of all we have to put the heading balance sheet of Dash Insurance Company as on whatever the year ending has been given for 2017 as on 31st of March 2017. Again we have to prepare two segments. First one is for liability, second one is for assets. So starting with the liability segment, when we say about the liability segment, the first heading would be share capital. In part of share capital, various type of share capital is given. First would be authorized capital, then would be issued capital, then subscribed capital, then paid up capital. So all these capital would be provided or may be provided to you in the question, but first three would be taken into the inner column. Only if you have to take paid up capital minus calls in arrears. This would be the final capital amount which we would take into the question. That would be taken into the question would be this amount which has been boxed by me into the head of share capital. You would write all the things here. Because of space issue I have written it on this side, but you can write after the head of share capital. Then second would be reserves. In part of reserves we have to take whatever the reserves which we have created into the P&L appropriation account. We have to take all that reserves into the balance sheet on the liabilities part. For example, general reserve, dividend equalization reserve, all these kind of reserves which are being provided to us into the question would be taken here. Here what we have to do, if suppose opening balance of that reserve is been given into the question, we have to take opening balance of for say general reserve plus whatever the additional transfer we have made, plus we have to make total of both of them and transfer it to the column of amount. Both the total would be made into the inner part. Then for dividend equalization reserve or bonus reserve fund, all those kind of things we have to take into the part of reserves. Third thing would be the insurance fund, also known as reserve for unexpired risk. In this part we have to take this. We have said that clearly into the appropriation we have not allowed to make provision for insurance funds or reserve for unexpired risk. We have to take only into two columns. First would be our revenue account, second would be our balance sheet liabilities portion. So reserve for unexpired risk, whatever the amount has been provided into the revenue account which we have made. So what we have said, for marine it would be 100% and for any other insurance it would be 50%. Whether it is fire, whether it is accident, whether it is any other or other insurance business in which company has been engaged. So reserve percentage would be 50. In marine it would be 100%. We have to take amount of that. Apart from that, apart from this 150%, if the question says that we have to provide additional reserve for unexpired risk, that would be again taken as per the percentages mentioned in that particular sentence or that adjustment. Then debentures, this is again and fixed liability. Then any other outstanding claim with the company would be taken here. Then creditors or bills payable, that would be here. Then dividend which has been proposed by the company for current year would be again part of liability. Provision for tax or any other outstanding expenses which is been taken by the company would be the part of liabilities. Now moving to our assets. So first thing is that the insurance company normally goes for the loan businesses also. That is why interest is also part of their income. So here loans on property or on stock, all these kind of loans are to be taken into the part of assets of the company, because the company has right to recover the loan from that particular insured. That is why they would be the part of the assets of the company. Later on, the insurance company normally for the purpose of earning extra revenue makes investment in what? Bonds, shares, debentures or any other kind of security. For that purpose, that investment would be termed in assets and taken into the part on the second number. After that, house property, if suppose the company has some kind of house property, that again will be the part of that asset of the company. Then agent balance, if suppose the question says that Right, remember one thing, if it is in debit balance, then we have to take here. If suppose that agent balance is been on credit note, then we have to take it into the liability. Then outstanding premium, there definitely premium forms the part of the income of the, what we can say, company. That is why if it is outstanding, company has right to recover, hence the part of asset. Then amount due from other insurers, definitely हमको किसी से लेना है, from other insurance we have to take that amount. That is why it forms the part of asset. If suppose it is not there, then we have to take it into the liability segment. For if suppose it has been written as amount due to other insurance, if it is been due to other insurers, then it would be the part of liabilities. From other insurers, it is part of assets. Then debtors and bills receivable, form of assets. Cash and bank balance, form of assets. Apart from that, one thing which we have left would be the surplus. If suppose surplus has been provided to you, it would be form of reserves and surplus part. Here we would write it reserves and surplus, and we would take it here. So surplus would be taken into the part of the liabilities, second column, that is reserves and surplus. This is it for this video. Until then, for the next lecture, stay tuned. Thank you.